Hi children, I welcome you all to Valentina's English class. Okay, this video is for Standard 10 Metric students. Okay, now take your English book. We are going to learn Lesson 2 Prose, The Night the Ghost Got In. Oh my God, very scary, isn't it? The name of the author is James Thurber. Okay, the name of the author is James Thurber. I know you all like to hear horror stories. Shall I tell you the story? Ready? James Thurber is an American writer. Okay, most of his stories are horror stories, and he was born on 8th April 1943 in England. Okay, before writing any essay, my dear children, write something about the author. Okay, so I have told you that he was born on 8th April 1943 in England. Most of the stories are what stories? Horror stories. Okay, really, this story starts as if it's full of horror, but it ends in a very funny way. Okay, now I know you are impatient to listen to the story. Shall we start? This is a humorous narrative. Okay, it narrates an imaginary account of an incident that took place one night during his childhood. This event happened in the night of November 17, 1915. You should remember the date, the month and the year. Appears at first as a horror story. Events evolve one after the other, leads to a complete disaster. Shoes being thrown, windows being smashed, and policemen being attacked. Here in this story we can see lot of peculiar characters like emotional mother, bizarre grandfather, the useless cops, terrified brother, and strange neighbors. As I told you already, James Thurber is the main protagonist of this story. He is only narrating the entire story. Okay. Now we are going to see the characters one by one. Okay. Herman Thurber. He is the narrator's brother. He always sleeps very uneasily because he's very scared of darkness. Okay. During nights he is very scared. He doesn't sleep peacefully. There are some people like this, right? So this is the character sketch of Herman Thurber. Then we can see about Mother Thurber. She is a sensitive woman, disorganized yet very practical. Now children, there is a character called Grandfather Thurber. I think according to me, he is the hero of the story. You will see now. Okay. This Grandfather Thurber, his room is in the attic. Attic means what? Upper room. Okay. He always sleeps there. And there is another character called Joe. And this Joe is the only policeman referred in this story. So these are the main characters, children. Now I will tell you the story in detail. This story evolves around a situation where the narrator hears footsteps downstairs. Okay, the narrator is taking bath and he is coming out. Suddenly he is hearing footsteps downstairs, that is near the in the dining room where dining table is there. Okay, he is hearing footsteps. And he is just wearing a towel and he is confused from where the sound is coming. Then he thinks the footsteps to be his father's, who was assumed to return from the visit to Indianapolis. Okay. Now something or the other. He keeps thinking. First he thought it was a ghost, then he thought it must be his father, and who must have returned from Indianapolis, and now he thinks, would it be a burglar? So he keeps on doubting in his mind who it was. Now, as he couldn't handle this situation, he goes and wakes up his brother who was sleeping. As I told you earlier, the brother was a very, he doesn't sleep, peacefully. He's very scared of darkness. This is how the brother's character is portrayed. And he's going and waking up his brother. Now the brother wakes up, he also comes to a conclusion that it must be a ghost. Now mummy also wakes up and she comes to a conclusion that it was a burglar. Now she wants to call the cops, but where is the phone? The phone is downstairs, so she is unable to go there. And you know what she does? She throws her shoes in the neighbor house window so that they wake up. I already told you about a character called Dodwell, right? So she throws a shoe in the neighbor house window and the glass of the window breaks into pieces, and finally they wake up. So they call the police. The cops come home with the journalists, reporters and all. The cops are searching everywhere. If they can find any evidence, they are checking the cupboards, bureaus, everywhere. But they cannot find any evidence. In a corner, the cops are seeing, what is that called? A zither, an instrument. What is zither? Zither is a musical stringed instrument. And immediately they are taking it and they are trying to use it as an evidence. Even that effort becomes vain, and then they come to know that specific music instrument was a place for their guinea pig to sleep. So all the efforts were waste and everybody goes back. Now here is the twist of the story. Now next day everything is normal. Okay, now grandpa comes there and he is shouting at the family members for not keeping the water bottle near the bed, and he is telling them to find the water bottle. Last night I had to search everywhere in the darkness. Do you understand now? It was the footsteps of the grandfather. A small misunderstanding leads to a big problem. Isn't it, my dear children? This horror beginning ends in a funny way. This is the story. Hope you enjoyed the story. See you in another video. Till then, God bless you all. Tata. Bye-bye.